Hi everyone, I hope you're okay and staying safe. Now I got asked another really good question yesterday. A client came to me and said, Palm, are my construction costs going to go down after this pandemic? Now I felt like as estimators, project managers and quantity surveyors, people often look at us for reassuring cost advice. So I felt like I needed to answer this question. So I've thought about both sides of the story and thought about how different situations could arise and how it's going to affect the market. Now, we just look at basic economics. It's all based on supply and demand, and my accountant and economic friends would all tell you that it's based on supply and demand. So I'm not sure how many of you heard about the current plaster product situation in the market. There's been a shortage of plaster products in the market, so multi-finish and other plaster products usually sell for maybe £3, £4, £5 a bag, whatever you may be purchasing them for. But at the moment, them same products are being auctioned around at £25, £30, £35 a bag. And this is because the supply of the product is just not there. So people that have purchased the product in bulk are now selling it on to people that really need that product and cannot wait. So people that have got jobs started. Now, yes, it's very unfair that that's happening. But again, this is just based on supply and demand. So my question is, if you hired a plasterer, and we're going to use the plastering trade as an example on this. If you hired a plasterer a few weeks ago before this pandemic, they would have been buying plastering products for £3, £4, £5, £6 a bag or whatever they were doing. Today, if they're unable to get that same product for that price, they're paying £20, £30, £35 upwards a bag of plaster. What do you think your end price is going to be for plastering? If they're paying a higher rate for their material, your end price, yes, it's right, your end price is going to be higher. So this made me think about the entire construction market and actually what might happen as a result of this pandemic. Now, it could go one of two ways. The first way being that everyone switches the taps back on as soon as we come out of this isolation period, obviously having to closely monitor social distancing, but everyone goes, right, we need to get our site back on track, we need to push on. Where we had 2 trades on a project, we now need 5, 6 trades on a project, so therefore we can get our project back on program or try and catch up on where we had lost. So for instance, a large developer building a large housing site might say, we need to get this site back on track, so therefore find me all the bricklayers, the roofers, the plasterers, electricians, plumbers, so that I can get this site back on track and start getting my houses sold. They're going to be taking a lot of resource because they want to get their houses built. So if then trades are under a lot of demand, the supply of them is going to be lower, and therefore prices are going to be increased. Now, likewise, the housing developers would need to know and need to see the sales stats on the other side to ensure that they are selling these houses. If they're not selling these houses, then they may turn that tap back down and go, whoa, we're building all these houses, but they're actually not selling. So therefore, I'm going to pull some of my trades off. I'm going to finish the stock that we've started, but I'm not going to continue building. Therefore, trades are not going to be needed as much, and therefore prices might come down. So this could essentially go one of two ways. Obviously, people that are committed onto projects and committed and already started projects, they are going to need to finish their project. They're going to want to finish their project. So in actual fact, they're going to need trades back, and so it will flow. But the effects in 6 to 12 months' time will not yet be seen or not yet be known, because there's a few different markets. There's our new housing market, there's our existing property market, which is our customers and our end users that are living in properties, that want to improve them, that want to extend them. Now, we've gone through this pandemic, so people have not been going on holiday, they've not been going out to eat, they've not been going on nights out. So as long as they're still getting paid, they may still have money in the bank, and therefore they may be thinking about home improvement, they may be thinking about a lot of different things that they can do within their properties. So when you look at that, you might think, well, actually the home improvement sector may actually be buoyant, but the new housing sector may be not so buoyant. We don't know what's going to happen, but what I would say is closely keep an eye on what's going on. Look at supply, look at demand, look at what you're seeing happening in the market. Now, that the plaster products I mentioned at the beginning of the video is a perfect example. You've been able to see what's going on there, take that information and soak it in and think about how you want to do what you want to do with your project and how you want to prepare for your project. Now, I'm going to do another few videos which I've got coming up, because I've been asked a lot of fantastic questions, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this point. Do you think that we're going to come out this and the construction, building, property sectors are actually going to go through the roof, or do you think it's going to flatline and we may see different scenarios happening? I would love to hear your thoughts so that we can pass it on to the community. Everyone gets a lot of value out of it, and we can all help each other to have a better understanding of what might happen in different scenarios, because it's really important that when you're making a decision about a project or a property or anything, that you understand what the different scenarios might be. So please let us know your thoughts. If you've got any further questions, come and ask me, because I'll put it out there. I'd love to try and answer your questions, and if I can't, I'll reach out to the community to try and answer your questions. In the meantime, everyone stay safe, stay well, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.